Before the season started, I made the bold prediction that the New York Jets were going to go to the Super Bowl. Yes, you heard me correctly. The New York Jets. Y'all aren't ready for this, but I have the New York Jets beating the Kansas City Chiefs. I have the Jets headed into the Super Bowl. Well, that didn't happen. A big reason, though, as to why it didn't happen was because star Hall of Fame quarterback Aaron Rodgers unfortunately went down with an Achilles injury only 4 snaps into the season. I just think of all of the sad Jets fans that sat in their rooms crying themselves to sleep, wondering what could have been. But how differently would have things gone if Aaron Rodgers never got hurt? Let's find out. I'm just going to assume that every game that the New York Jets won, they would have won if Aaron Rodgers was their starting quarterback. So the only games that we are really going to change the outcome of are the losses. So let's look at the Jets' first loss of the season, which came against the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas in week 2. In this game, the New York Jets lost by 20. And I know Aaron Rodgers typically owns the Dallas Cowboys, but it's really hard to believe that he would have won this game. Zach Wilson did throw a few interceptions in this game. However, the Cowboys did not get 21 points off of these interceptions. These interceptions happened late in the game. I still think the Jets lose this game with or without Aaron Rodgers. Moving on to their next loss in week 3 against the New England Patriots. There is no way. It is not going to happen. If Aaron Rodgers was on that team, the New York Jets would have easily won against the New England Patriots. Then we have a very, very close game against the Kansas City Chiefs. If you're watching this at the end of the 2023 NFL season, then you'd be shocked to find out that the New York Jets only lost by 3 points in this game. Now, granted, in that game, Zach Wilson played amazing. Must have been because Donna Kelsey was in attendance, but that is besides the point. I watched the highlights of this game and I saw Zach Wilson fumble the ball midfield in crunch time. So I just don't think that's something that Aaron Rodgers is going to let happen. So I'll give the Jets a win there. Might be a little bit iffy just because of how well Zach Wilson played that game, but I'm still going to give the New York Jets the win there. After that, the New York Jets went on a 3-game win streak. Impressive, I know. So they eventually lost to the Los Angeles Chargers 27-9. A little bit of an odd one there. Chargers probably their best game of the season, but being down 27-9, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to be a big difference there. Zach Wilson didn't throw any interceptions, so I still have the Chargers winning this game. Next, the New York Jets barely lost to the Aiden O'Connell-led Las Vegas Raiders. Jets are winning that game with Aaron Rodgers. I refuse to believe otherwise. Give the Jets another win there. The Raiders really weren't that good this season. Antonio Pierce, great interim head coach. Going to be a great head coach for the Raiders, I think. But it's Aaron Rodgers. You're not winning that game. Next, the New York Jets head into Buffalo for another divisional matchup against the Buffalo Bills. And they got smacked, dude. They got killed. Aaron Rodgers is definitely not coming back from that one. Bills keep the win. Jets are not winning that game. Sorry, that margin of victory is just too big. Same thing with the Black Friday game. The Miami Dolphins beat down on the New York Jets 34-13. Jaylen Waddle and Tyreek Hill both had over 100 yards receiving. Sorry, Aaron, you're not winning that game either. And there is no way in hell. Sorry, my Falcons fans. I know you're watching. There's no way in hell that an Aaron Rodgers-led New York Jets team would lose at home against the Desmond Ridder and Arthur Smith-led Atlanta Falcons team. It's not happening. Sorry. Mark it down as a win for the New York Jets. Now we're moving on to the next game against the Miami Dolphins, where the New York Jets lost 30-0. Again, not happening. The Dolphins are not fumbling that. Aaron Rodgers, you are very good. You are not a 30-point difference. The next loss for the New York Jets came on Thursday night against the Cleveland Browns, a Joe Flacco-led Cleveland Browns team that was hot. The Browns had a very quick start to this game, scoring 20 points in the first quarter. I'm sorry, Aaron Rodgers. I know you were the king of comebacks, but I just don't see you getting a win there either. And that was the regular season for the New York Jets if Aaron Rodgers had played a full 17-game season. After all of this manipulation of games, I have found that the New York Jets would have went 11-6, third in the AFC East. Now, would have this been good enough to get the New York Jets into the playoffs? Yes, as the very last team that made it in. Sorry, Pittsburgh Steelers. I know your fans love that you made the playoffs. And, hey, you had a very impressive run against the Buffalo Bills in that game. Everyone thought it was going to be a blowout. You kept it a little bit closer than we all thought. So good job for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But unfortunately, if Aaron Rodgers was healthy, you were not making the playoffs. Now, as the 7th seed, the New York Jets would go on to play the Buffalo Bills on Super Wildcard Weekend. And now the question is, would I have been right still? Would the 7th seeded New York Jets make it to the Super Bowl? No.